My first involvement with the machine was about 14 years ago when it was produced by a company called ECM, and I bought a machine for use at home. Then what happened is I got involved with the company that distributed those machines in New Zealand, and we very successfully sold them all around the country, doing quite good numbers for a country of a very small population. But we've got a very strong coffee culture in New Zealand. And then the opportunity came to buy the design rights for the smaller machines from the Italian Italian company ECM that was having a little bit of financial trouble at the time. So at that stage there were two of us from New Zealand, and we combined that with the son of the ECM owner, and the three of us started the project. With Daniele and I running the company on a day-to-day basis.
And ECM produced these smaller machines, and they also produced some larger commercial grade machines, or?
Exactly. ECM was quite a player in the market, producing predominantly commercial machines, but also they developed
the small
the small things. Since then, they've actually folded completely, and we've taken most of their R&D people on to work with us.
Oh, okay.
The Giotto and the Cellini were names we inherited from ECM when we took over. Obviously, we couldn't call our machines ECM because ECM still existed in those days. So we changed the name to Rocket, which was incidentally the name the machines were sold under in New Zealand. The Giotto and the Cellini were the two models. This is the Giotto shape with the flared side, as opposed to the Cellini that has a straight side. Both those body styles and names were inherited too. They had a lot of credibility in the market as being very, very good machines, so we didn't want to lose that credibility or that history, because it's a very important part of our brand. Very shortly after commencing business, we did the big host show in Milan, which runs every second year, which is a major exhibition for espresso machines. And looking around that show, I thought we bought a very good product, but it was not much better than a lot of our competitors' products. And so we felt we had to lift our game to elevate the Rocket Espresso brand a little more. So the first machines became when we took over, it was the Plus machine, and we turned it into it was called the Premium machine, sorry. And we turned it into the Premium Plus machine. And we changed the quality of the gauges, we changed the handles and the taps. We just made a few significant changes to make the machine feel better. And then from that, the machines have evolved into the Evoluzione, which we've got here, which has got the rotary pump, and now the new R58, which is our twin boiler machine. The machines are built in a line form, and they started with what we call the chassis, the basement, and they're built up from there, with obviously the components coming in as a progression. All espresso machine manufacturers now have most of their bits and pieces built off-site by specialist companies. For instance, we don't build the boiler inside the machine. That is delivered to us. It's our boiler, it's our design, it's our specification. No one else can use it, but it's made by a company that specialises in producing boilers. There's 3 or 4 producers of groups in Italy. And
in that E61 design.
And everybody draws groups from those guys, because the cost to tool up and build a group as good as what they're doing is not our core business. So predominantly what happens is the parts come in, and like car manufacturing nowadays, we assemble them. Now, there is an incredible handmade component to that, and they're incredibly time consuming to build. And if people visit the factory, they're always surprised. There's no automation. It's just very much men and women with spanners, assembling the machine. The handmade aspect of the machine, I think, is a feature of the industry, and certainly a feature of Rocket Espresso. Every machine is, not exactly the same as the other, because it's like Italian sports cars from the 90s, the 80s. They've all got their own personality to them, and I think that's important. Yeah. We'd never like to make a machine that is stamped out of a plastic mould, because it's not what we believe espresso is all about. We want to keep Rocket as a niche producer, making limited numbers of machines. We don't aspire to becoming so big that we've got to move production to Asia, because that doesn't fit with what we're doing. We've tried to create a premium product. For instance, the centres of the machines are brass and then chromed as a testament to our build quality, to our philosophies. We could put plastic in there and no one would even know. So for Rocket as a brand, we want to concentrate on the strength of our brand. We want to concentrate on the strength of our product, and we want our designs and our technology and to deliver machines that make really good espresso, first and foremost, but also have got a little bit of a sex appeal to them, and they're just not so just a stainless steel box. There's something. The Rocket branding needs to come through very strongly. For instance, with the R58, we've got the big R on the steam tap, which would cause a lot of controversy when we first brought it out. Some people just hate it, but now people love it. And that's what we're all about, I think, as a brand. Hopefully, for most people, Rocket Espresso is not just an espresso machine; it's a brand, and that's important to us. We want the whole customer experience. When you take home the box with your machine in, it's all branded up. It looks great, and that's where the experience should start. And likewise with the accessories, it's all part of the family, and trying to create something that people like and enjoy right from the beginning of the whole process. When they buy the machine, they take it home, and it's beautifully packaged. That sort of thing means a lot to me.